Hi guys, welcome back. Are you struggling with S4HANA document splitting errors? Very often you will find one interview questions related to that. Particularly if you are showing that currently I'm working on a support project, then definitely one questions you can expect from here, because as you know that document splitting is applicable on every type of documents and it is very important feature in your ledger concept. So today we will discuss some document splitting errors which are I captured from day-to-day operations, and I'm sure during your practice also you must have experienced this type of errors. So how we are going to handle it, or what will be your answer, or what is the root cause, all these things you are going to discuss. And if you don't have knowledge on the concept of document splitting, let me know. I will prepare one video about the concept, but I guess this video is going to be more helpful for you from the practical point of view. But no issue, if you want to understand the concept, the theory part also I can prepare. So let's start. We'll start from PPT. So first error which I captured here, that document splitting is not working as expected. So this is one error. It's not actually error, it is I categorize this error. So this is a business example. Company enabled the document splitting. Obviously in S4HANA, every company code you are going to create. So by default, document splitting will be there. Of course, option we have to deactivate, but I will suggest don't deactivate because it is one of the very important feature. And here business is doing the splitting on the basis of profit center. That will be your characteristics. And the expectation is that in every line item, whatever the transaction we are going to post, in this example I have taken vendor invoice, but any type of transactions you are going to post, in every transaction, or I mean in every line item, the profit center wise splitting should be there, whether it is related to expenditure, revenue, whatever. So everything will be there in our line items. But in this particular example, or in this case, system is not able to split the line items on the basis of profit center. So what could be the issue? What will be there? So in this case, let's assume that maybe user here or the accounts payable team posted one invoice, maybe by using transaction code FB60 to get this one practical if you want to try in the system. So maybe you can post a transaction with FB60, or you can post one Miro related transactions, means through after GR you can process one vendor invoice, everything is fine. Our concentration here, the document splitting issue to identify. So any invoice you are going to post, it is fine. So that means here user is trying to post a document through, let's take example of AB60, and here let's say two expenditures are there and one common vendor will be there. So vendor is going to credit and two expenditures are going to debit. Both the expenditures are related to different cost center, so as a result different profit centers are there. However, system is not able to split the vendor liability in the particular document. So instead of that, maybe only one line is there, or maybe it is not able to split. So let's take the next PPT which I have captured here. So what I was explaining, that we have two expenditure 1, expenditure 2, or expenditure A and B. So these are my two different cost centers. So cost center 1001 and 1002 suppose, and amount here is 5000. This cost center is linked with this profit center 1 and profit center 2. So in this case I can see that my P&L items is perfectly updated with my profit center. In fact, you can say that in this two line items, the splitting rule is not applicable. Basically, splitting is expected here in this line. In the last line, splitting is expected, where vendor is going to credit, whereas 10,000 vendor credit, where profit center and segment is missing here. And don't expect here the cost center will be there, because we know that in balance sheet cost center will not be there. Both the cost line items having the cost centers are perfectly available. So this is the last line, whatever we are expecting. So we are expecting that vendor line item should split in two line items, but this one is not there as it is. Right. So now in this case, if you are getting this particular ticket, or let's say in interview you got this particular scenario, then what you need to do, first you have to find out the root cause. So if we are going to analyze the root cause of this particular error, so in this case, definitely configuration issue is there. So document splitting, particularly method configuration is incorrect. That part you need to check, or in your answer, you need to include this one. But once you will practically configure this one in the system and you will run all the areas, like your business process with document splitting, then it will be easy for you to understand. So here answer is the document splitting method configuration is incorrect. So company code is assigned with the splitting method. So once you will configure the splitting method, company code need to be assigned, but the method does not include your vendor account. So if you check the rule or method, you will not find that vendor account splitting logic is missing. So that is why we are getting this particular error. Now if you'll check the next PPT, if it is properly configured, I don't have exactly the error. So that is why theory point of view I have explained, right? So, but this is if it is properly configured. So in this case, you can see properly, it is actual document which I posted in the system, right? So in this particular entry, and this is also I posted through AB60 only. Now after splitting, you will expect a document like this. Now as per my example, this is GL view. So electricity is one expenditure which is linked with a cost center and it is linked with a profit center. Lubricant is another expenditure that is also there, right? So, and if I will show you the corresponding entry view, in that entry view, you will find that document splitting will not be available for both my vendor line item. It's GL view, so where splitting rule is applicable. So in entry view, or if it is incorrectly configured, then you will find that accounts payable line item does not have the profit center in the wrong document, and this tax items also does not have in the document, right? So better I will show you the entry view, then maybe it will be easy for you to understand. So right now it is there in the PPT in GL view. So let me open the document, actual document from the system. Now you can see this is my actual document. So document number 19002, which I was showing from the PPT 19002, but this is the extraction of a GL view. Right now, if you'll check the entry view, so you will find that the cost centers, I mean the expenditure entries, electricity and lubricant having the cost center, profit center is there, but profit center is missing for the vendor line item. So this is my the line item 1 is the vendor line item. This one is missing, and the tax also is missing. Now in this case, it is not error because right now I'm in entry view, so you will not get the impact of document splitting in the GL view, but you just imagine it is not properly configured, then you will find the incomplete information, or you can see in this entry view vendor line item also not properly splitted. So if we will go to the GL view, then you will get the proper splitting, or you will find all line items having the profit center, and this is the document which actually I extracted that time. Now if I will sort the data on the basis of profit center, so my equal profit center are now balanced. Okay, so this is one type of error. If you are getting, then you may you need to prepare here. So but you need to practice this one in the system, then you will get more clarity on this one. Okay, now coming to next error, profit center not derived for your vendor account. Okay, so this is another error. So if we'll check the issue here, the accounts manager want to split the profit center to be derived in every line item. So this is here, like business activated the profit center, and in every line item they want to see the profit center irrespective of the nature of transaction, whether it is you can say P&L item, balance sheet item, whatever. In every line item, the profit center should be there. But in this case, profit center, maybe it is not available here. So that is the issue. Now, in this case, what should be the solution? Issue already I discussed. So what area you are going to check here? So you need to check again all the configuration related issues. So in this case, master data point of view issues are almost nil. So all the configuration issue you are going to find here. So we need to check the document splitting configuration, and particularly here you are going to check the splitting rule of the configuration. That adjustment is required here. So then you are going to post one vendor invoice, and may also sometimes you have to check whether our default profit center for your vendor account is applied or not, but it is not 100% required if it is related to a logistic document. So in that case, that last point, what I said, default assignment is not required, because from your configuration also that line item system is going to pick here. Coming to third error, you will find this error. It is a very important one, and here multiple issues are combined together. So let's check the error here. Balance is not zero in the document splitting. Now, when we know that document splitting, three type of splittings are available: active splitting, passive splitting, and zero balance splitting. And always you will find the zero balance is linked with either it is active with active splitting or it is passive splitting. So if you check the case study, the business case, you will find that company has activated the document splitting as usual and by profit center wise, but while posting we are getting this particular error. So balancing field profit center line item missing. For a particular line item it is missing and we are getting some message here. Now the clearing document amount to 0 but not clearing documents are available here. So this is one error which is related to active splitting because it's related to invoice we are discussing. So that is why that is related to active splitting. And also here we are getting a hint that the document is not balanced because you can see one line item is missing or it is not balanced. So definitely here also impact related to zero balance clearing impact will be there. Maybe that is not properly configured or maybe something issue with that, right? So for this purpose also I have gathered one example. Let's take that one. So let's say here user is trying to post a vendor invoice and the invoice amount is 11,800, and again here also multiple expenditures are there with two different cost centers, and cost centers are linked with the profit center 1 and profit center 2, and assume that it is our tax. So your input tax or input GST 1800 it is there or it should be there in the particular document. Now this is what we are getting the error. Now for your explanation point of view, I analyze this one. So this is assume that this is our incorrect entry. So two expenditures, expenditure 1, 2 amounts and 2 cost center. Because of cost center both the profit centers are there, debits are there. So now what is missing here? So missing is your tax amount, this is missing, no profit center is assigned here, and your vendor account is also no profit center here. Cost center is not applicable because balance sheet item. So in this case, if you don't have the document splitting configuration or if it is not properly configured, then this type of error will be there. Now here if I will try to understand what is the issue here or why we are getting this error. So basically here I can see that that the tax account is not assigned with the profit center because it's a GL account. So GL we are not going to assign with the profit center. So definitely here my derivative rule is incomplete, and that is why my document splitting is not working. So that GST input tax GL account or that particular configuration is not linked with the profit center. That's why it is not working. As a result, the system expecting here, or as it is incomplete configuration, so system not able to balance the profit center which is missing in your values, which is missing in your line item. Since the tax amount is not included in the splitting logic because of original configuration, that is the derivative configuration, so system is not able to balance the document as per the profit center. So here exactly document splitting error may or may not be there. I'm not sure at this moment profit center document splitting error is there or not, but it's a derivative rule or derivative profit center derivative configuration is not there. So that is why maybe the document splitting one error leads to another error. So that could be the reason. So in this case, what should be the answer, or how you are going to, if you are getting this ticket, then how you are going to resolve it? So first you need to configure the derivative rule. So profit center and GL derivation rule should be there, because user is not going to enter while posting one invoice that this will be the GL account and it is the profit center, right? So from the configuration it will come. So that is the first issue which you need to resolve. After that, if still profit document splitting is not working, then again we need to check the document splitting rule. That is the configuration which is there under your document splitting related to GL configuration. So that configuration we need to do. So two areas you need to check here. One is your profit center derivation, and second one, if required, then document splitting derivation configuration also you need to check here. Now what should be the solution? Again, the same document I am showing here, because in this scenario I have included everything. So if it is perfectly configured, now while posting, if I'm the user and I will post it, so I will go to my FB 60 screen. So here I will take my expenditure. So in my example 4001 will be debit the amount. For example, let's say it is 5,000. Then I will add here 4002 that is so in FB60 first I will add the vendor, so vendor number whatever it will be there, right? So this is my vendor number, and this one is going to debit, okay, whatever amount here, let's say 5,000. That's it. On the basis of this input entry, this will be my input entry, and if all my configurations are there, I'm assuming that this two expenditure are also linked with my cost center, so automatically I'm going to get the required cost center, and because of derivation rule profit center, so I'm going to get the profit centers, I'm going to get a splitting rule here, I'm going to get a splitting rule here, I'm going to get a splitting rule here, and I'm going to get a splitting rule here. So this is how, if document is entered proper, I mean if it is configured, so with a basic entry by user, you are going to get this output. So you try this one in the system. If any issue, let me know. I can show you that in the configuration in another video. If I will add that, it will be lengthy, but you have to try it in system. The hands-on is required. Otherwise, what if seems like it's very easy, until unless you have not experienced it, you will not able to answer it properly, right? Now coming to another issue here. So incorrect profit center and segment assigned in the document splitting. So check this one. The business case example is the document has a splitting enabled as usual, and when user is posting the document, so the clearing vendor invoice, so in this, that means in this case we can say that we are going to have two documents. One will be your related to active splitting, another one is related to your passive splitting. So clearing document is passive splitting and the direct posting is your active splitting, right? So this is what we there. So if you'll go through this error, you will find that the transaction is posted, system is trying to assign the wrong statement here to the wrong clearing document. So in total, the document having some issues related to document splitting. Again, for explanation point of view, you can see two expenditures are there, two expenditures with reference to two profit center, and segments are also automatically updated. But if here tax is not there, but if you'll check the last line, in last line you can see that profit center is updated here. So in this case, profit center is updated with PC1. That means a wrong profit center updated here, right? And segment also accordingly S1, that is also only one segment is updated here. So in this case, nothing is missing, but it is not properly updated. Similarly, if we'll go to the payment document where it is the clearing document, so in clearing document, vendor debited and bank credited. So in this case also you can see a wrong profit center updated, wrong segment is updated. So this is another type of error is there. So in this case, profit centers are updated, but everything is wrong. Now, what will be the issue here? How, if you are going to get this ticket, then how you are going to resolve here? So listen carefully. So vendor account was not split correctly in this case, and only one profit center is assigned instead of two profit center. Only having the profit center is not going to solve our problem. We should have two profit centers, because here we have two cost centers are there, and both the cost centers are linked with two different profit center. So this last line should split in both. Okay, so only having the profit center in this case, it is not our requirement. So we need to have both profit center and both the segments should be there in the last line, in this vendor account line, and as well as in the clearing document, the bank account line. Okay, so that means the segment is not able to inherit properly. So that is why we have one inheritance issue is there. As a result, in this case, your financial reporting error will be there. You just imagine a profit center only having the credit, so debit is missing, or only having the credit, let's say debit is missing, or only having debit, credit is missing. So that could be the final impact, or the reporting error will be there, right? So again, here also configuration is with reference to splitting rule. So system is not able to, or system is failed to properly derive a profit center and the segment from the reconciliation account, from the vendor reconciliation account. So profit center derivation is not working. Simply you can say profit center derivation is not working. So vendor reconciliation account don't have a profit center derivation. Again, this is also issue of your profit center derivation. So that is the first root cause. If that one is correct, then second one we will check, that is the document splitting rule configuration. But in this case, I guess along with the profit center derivation issue, document splitting error may be expected. Similarly, As your active splitting having issue, so when the clearing document or the payment document will be posted, that one is also going to having the issue. This is your passive splitting. So when the clearing document or the vendor item is posted, means a payment entry posted, the document splitting logic should carry over your correct profit center and segment. But as your active splitting is having the issue, or the original document is having issue, original invoice is having issue, so the clearing document is also not working. So what should be the solution? Again, first check the document splitting derivation configuration for your splitting logic, particularly the reconciliation account for your vendor. So that is the first check. And second check the document splitting rule, right? So maintain the profit center derivation rule for your vendor. So also make sure that it's a checkpoint, you can say, segment inheritance, because segment also going to pick from the profit center. So that inheritance checking also should be there. So if it is properly there, once you'll fix all the configuration issues, then after that, maybe you can check it with a new posting of a document, or you need to correct that original entry. Right? So what should be the correct entry? So in one document, I have included everything. So if we'll check the previous one, so in our case, what was there? We are expecting, check again once this entry. In this case, the last line item is not properly splitted. Only one profit center is there. If it is properly configured, now you can see your accounts payable with a profit center and the segment, and accounts payable with a different profit center segment. In this case, for your reference, I have linked same segment with the profit center, but you can see different profit centers are updated. So this is our active splitting entry. And once your active splitting is going to work, then your passive splitting is going to work, or this is your payment document. So it is a vendor payment document. So the last entry was having issue, that this line was not properly updated. So in this case, if you'll check your bank entry, not this one, if you'll check your bank entry, outgoing bank, this one is updated here, right? So it is also properly splitted. And in this case, not only passive splitting, it is also zero balance splitting, that both are applied. So that's why in the beginning I said that zero balance can be applicable on any document. It may be on active or on passive. So these are some errors which I captured. If you have some more errors, or if you are getting some other issues related to document splitting, mail me. So I will create one video on that one, so that it is going to help you as well as others. So we will see in some more issues or some more topics in another video. Thank you.